let me start by just commenting very briefly about Olkalau. Rick G, assisted by a galaxy of leaders that he says is mentoring, particularly Methu, did deliver a decisive victory to DCP and to give it the first MP and to the opposition. That, in my view, is commendable, in terms of how they protected the vote, how they campaigned, and all those kinds of things. But let me also say there is a positive aspect of it from the president's point of view, because he did now learn with good time ahead, how in 2027 elections could be arranged by the opposition to defeat him. So there is a sense in which I'm sure, and I am speculating from an analytical point of view, that he has been given, and his people, I'm sure they are sitting down analyzing what happened so that they can come more prepared. Let me not say better prepared, but more prepared for 2027. But one must really say it was a job very well done in terms of electoral practice. For now, yes, citizens, a lot of citizens, and particularly young citizens, seem to think that Linda Mwananchi is the place to go. And the euphoria and that kind of stuff, we have witnessed it. Within a very short time, because of being told, to go out of ODM, same thing happened to the former deputy vice president being told you have been impeached. And then Kenyans have this way of really thinking that that was not fair. And the consequence, both men and others, of course, being very eloquent, charismatic, and so on, so they create, quote, quote, a lot of havoc for the powers that be. But when one talks about Linda Mwananchi, it's ODM minus Linda Ground. And Linda Ground is dwindling. So, and then ODM seems like it's also capturing new ground. So one, I don't think, can dismiss it. And I think the question of manifestos and the question of that kind of stuff, I have this sense that people, as we go to next year, are going to say, actually, now we want a social contract with anybody who is serious, who wants to offer leadership. And they will say, this is what we want. So that it won't necessarily be a manifesto from the leadership, but it will be a social contract from the people. And even young people are beginning to write such contracts, whether it's the National Youth Manifesto, whether it's the Kenya People's Manifesto. So I think we need perhaps to rethink the concept of these manifestos, which people give, consultants write a manifesto for you, then you have not even internalized it, then you offer it to the people, sometimes with a little public participation or none, and then you have no intention whatsoever of really following it. Because if it's a true manifesto, first of all, you need to tell us, what are you going to do, and are they doable, and with what money? Or some won't even need money. And whatever else you say you want to do, which we discuss together and we agree, and in this instance, the social contract from the people, again, it is taken through a process of where is the money to do it? Where is the capacity to do it? Etc., etc. So I think we need to reinvent this idea of manifestos from the top to social contract from below, and that's something perhaps which we will discuss. What I think can be a problem with the Linda Mwananchi phenomenon, questions to ask. These young people, and they can, in terms of leadership, one cannot simply say that they are too young to lead. I think Sifuna is 44 or so. Faye of Senegal was 44 or so. Traore, the leader of Iceland. There are examples of even people in their 30s who have led in recent times. So it is more than just physical age. And perhaps we need to think about that. And in any case, it is not one person who leads, it's a group. And if, again, we are offered the leadership of just one person who is dominant, then that's not the kind of leadership that is going to produce any positive results for our country. So I would still myself want to see which is this group, who are in this group, what is their history, what is their abilities, what have they done which is tangible, and how do they relate to the constitution, how do they what. And of course, if Linda Mwananchi at some point they are faced with disunity, then they are really going to disappoint Kenyans. If they along the way there is like what has happened in the past during the Stanley Nyindo Matiba, what we were told, what happened when the special branch then actually organized the people to come and receive Matiba from the airport. And then he was told, you have too many people, you have more people than anybody else, so you can't deputize, anybody, especially Jaramogi. So I think that's a crucial thing as they unfold. And they also admit people from all over the place, and some of them, I don't know, because also the old political parties are sending people within their ranks. So again, that's something I would imagine people would like to, kind of watch. And then the relationship with the United People's Opposition. Another issue can arise as I conclude, where they have genuine traction among Kenyans. And then there are senior people in United Alternative Government, senior people who say the young people can't surpass them. And yet the citizens could be saying, you are the ones we support, we want you to offer leadership, but then the older people say you are young, and even these numbers, you still must support us. And then that again can be the cause of some division. And so when there's that division, what happens? Does it advantage the president, the current president? Does it advantage him? Does it produce? I don't know who talked about a runoff, and if there was a runoff, which I think somebody said was dangerous, what would how would it present itself? But having said that, I keep on sometimes saying that to beat the current president, not necessarily because he will have the numbers, but because he's an old hand at these things. And so the cohesion of the opposition, the unification of the opposition, so that it is able to offer a very credible challenge. I think if there's too much time lost when people are, jostling for power for who is who in Linda Mwananchi or in the United People's Alternative Government and all that, and kind of for the time being putting the Gen Zs kind of away, except once in a while to talk about them, and maybe they're coming a lot into the rallies, but one wants to see also the leadership of the Gen Zs, if it's Linda Mwananchi showing itself there, if some of them want to be united, opposition, and those who want to be in UDA, ODM, one cannot deny them the democratic chance to do that, whatever one's preference might be. But the bottom line for me is 2027, we don't get into the violence that happened 2007-8. And so we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing as another project to make sure that we will have, a peaceful Kenya after August, after those elections? For me, that is very, very primary, and I don't know who has the moral stature in terms of groups to be able to actually make that an agenda on its own, about calling everybody in the political field to order and saying whatever happens, we don't want to lose, to lose Kenya. We don't want an election like in Tanzania or Uganda. This is a country that must go to the next stage of where we follow the constitution and all those things that particularly Ruben was telling us. And I thank you.